Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Board of Regents meeting. Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Regent President Walsh.
Here.
Regent Vice President Bogus. Here. Regent Adams.
Present.
Regent Atwell. Regent Brankus.
Here.
Regent Cologne.
Here.
Regent Jones.
Here.
Regent Cruiser.
Here.
Regent Menny-Dietz.
Here.
Regent Miller.
Here.
Regent Peterson.
Here.
Regent Prince.
Present.
I see you online. Regent Rye.
Here.
Regent Staton. Regent Tyler.
Here.
Regent Underley.
Here.
Regent Walks. Regent Weatherly.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Before we begin, are there any board members who wish to declare any conflicts of interest regarding today's open session agenda? And I will begin by recusing myself to avoid the conflict of interest. Business and Finance Item H, UW-Milwaukee License Agreement with T-Mobile Central. Anyone else? Yes, Regent Miller.
I will also recuse myself to avoid a conflict of interest from Business and Finance Committee Agenda Item H.
Thank you. Anyone else? Very good. We'll move on. Starting with Regent Rye and a report on the actions taken by the Business and Finance Committee.
Thank you, Regent President Walsh. The Business and Finance Committee acted on its agenda as follows. Item D, host presentation by UW River Falls. The committee first heard a presentation from our host campus entitled Increasing Financial Stability and Expanding Opportunities, Building a Stable and Thriving Institution. UW River Falls Chief Business Officer offered an overview of the university's efforts to strengthen its financial position through new investments and revenue opportunities, as well as strategic measures to reduce expenses. Next, we moved on to item E, which was program revenue balances report for fiscal year 2023. Vice President Sean Nelson presented the UW System program revenue balances report for fiscal year 2023. The report notes that total unrestricted program revenue balances decreased by $6.4 million, primarily as a result of three factors: the near full utilization of one-time federal COVID relief funds, the return to pre-pandemic levels of certain non-personal expenses such as travel, and the expanded use of federal indirect funds. Tuition balances decreased $51.6 million, or 17.3%, to $247 million, which represents a 55.3% reduction since the inception of balance reporting in fiscal year 2013. It's worth noting that over 86% of the total unrestricted balance meets the Legislative Audit Bureau's definition of obligated or designated for a specific project or purpose. The report offers details on the program revenue balances by category for each institution. Those universities with balances exceeding 12% of expenditures in any category have provided details on the projects and initiatives for which those funds are obligated or planned. Among the campuses projecting structural deficits in the current year, a total of $75.5 million in reserves will be used to mitigate budgetary shortfalls. The committee approved the report in accordance with Regent Policy Document 21-6. Next, the committee then received the report on gifts, grants, and contracts awarded to UW System institutions for the fiscal year 2023. Total awards for the year were approximately $2.3 billion. This is an increase of $365 million, or 19% from the prior year. Federal awards accounted for $263.4 million of the increase, largely driven by the higher totals at UW-Madison, but with notable increases also reported at UW's Oshkosh, Stevens Point, Superior, and Whitewater. Next, the committee approved a 10-year master research agreement at UW-Madison with GE Precision Healthcare, renewing a prior agreement that delivered over $32 million in value to the university. The agreement enables UW-Madison to use cutting-edge, early-stage GE healthcare equipment for UW-Madison's research goals in exchange for conducting research studies with the company. I'd like to point out it's great that GE Precision Healthcare is also located in the state of Wisconsin, so a good Wisconsin-Wisconsin partnership. UW-Milwaukee next. The committee then approved a UW-Milwaukee license agreement with T-Mobile Central, whose equipment has been in place at Bolton Hall since 2000. With the new 5-year agreement and its renewal terms of up to an additional 20 years, the annual escalating license fees may generate a total value that exceeds $1 million over its lifetime. We have actually approved multiple mobile agreements for UW-Milwaukee, which essentially results in an endowment close to $6 million when you look at the totality of it. Next, the leadership team of the Administrative Transformation Program provided an update on the project. At our early July meeting, it was noted that the team, in consultation with universities, was evaluating whether the status of technical integrations and campus-based ancillary systems would necessitate a revised schedule for the project. After months of analysis, it was determined that the go-live date should be revised from July of 2024 to July of 2025. Staying on the prior schedule would require a reduction in scope and pose risks related to financial controls, incomplete testing and training, and end-user experience. By contrast, a July 2025 go-live will complete this full scope of the project and enable a high-quality rollout without disruption to operations. The revised cost estimates fall in the range of -3% to 8% of the original budget, meaning that the continued monitoring, it's realistic possibility that ATP is completed within its initial budget target. It should also be noted that the original project timeline envisioned that UW-Madison would go live in 2024, with implementation at other universities waiting until 2026. With the decision to adopt a unified approach brought you numerous benefits, and a revised go-live of 2025 not only allows the project to return to its full original scope, but still completes ATP at the 12 non-Madison universities a full year earlier than it was originally projected. Lastly, and as a result of the revised schedule for ATP, the committee approved an amendment to UW Systems agreement with Huron Consulting Group to increase the number of hours of professional service provided to the project. The additional consulting hours equate to $8.7 million to cover services through August 2025, providing a period of care for 2 months following the go-live date. In conclusion, on behalf of the Business and Finance Committee, I now move approval of resolutions E, G, and J, and then I'll separately move approval of resolution H to accommodate members with a declared potential conflict of interest.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. The motion passes.
I now move approval of resolution H.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The motion passes. Thank you very much, Regent Rye. Next, we have approval of actions taken by the Capital Planning and Budget Committee, a report by Regent Manydeeds today.
Thank you, Regent President Walsh. The Capital Planning and Budget Committee met yesterday to consider 4 items, and here the host campus presentation by UW-River Falls. First, we approved the 3 projects included in the consent agenda. 1 all-agency project at UW-Oshkosh, a minor facility renewal project at UW-Madison, and a lease for the School of Public Health and Medicine at UW-Madison. Next, the committee approved on behalf of UW-Superior authority to execute a pre-development agreement for the design and construction of an indoor turf field house and ancillary private development on their campus. The project was conceived as a method to expand the university's student recreation and athletic facilities by developing an indoor turf facility to alleviate crowding in existing facilities and to aid in the recruitment of students. Through a competitive process, a real estate developer was selected to assist the institution in planning and developing a field house. Since selection in early March of 2023, the developer has been working with the university and their team to determine the project's viability and financial feasibility. The project is now at the point where a pre-development agreement must be executed to document the costs and risks to all parties in the transaction. A couple of months ago, UW-Superior senior leadership presented the development plan to the City of Superior, which has tentatively pledged a several $million capital improvement grant. Other sources of funds being pursued include a partnership with Estencia to provide clinic space, revenue bonding with the Tourism Commission, and possible partnership with a local professional athletic team. There is also the possibility of naming rights with one or more of the partners. It is expected that the developer will finance approximately $17 to $20 million of the total projected $26 million development cost. Regents requested a business plan when the project comes back to them for the next approval. The committee reviewed and approved on behalf of UW-La Crosse authority to construct the Center for the Arts parking ramp and police building addition for an estimated total project cost of $27,642,000. The new parking ramp constructs a 550 stall cast in place concrete parking garage on the southwest edge of campus, which replaces a 500 lots spaces lost. Requests for parking permits by facility and staff have grown as the university has hired additional employees due to increased enrollment and to provide a growth need for convenient visitor parking. In addition to the existing police station building will be constructed to provide an incident command center, training room, police squad room, break room, and building garage. The committee heard a presentation by Alan Simsek, a Chief Facilities Officer, Mike Orth, Dean of the College of Agriculture, Food, and Environmental Sciences, entitled Strategic and Integrated Capital Planning to Support Modern Interdisciplinary Learning in STEM and Agricultural Science Fields. The presentation focused on strategic and integrated planning in support of interdisciplinary and experiential learning. The presentation emphasized the need to ensure that the experiential learning spaces align with industry and agricultural partners' needs in the agricultural sector. The next project in the capital planning program will be to upgrade the agricultural educational facility and greenhouses by expanding classroom and laboratory spaces to support modern agricultural pedagogy. These investments will be paramount to enhancing student development and encouraging engagement with regional business partners. We concluded the meeting with an update by Senior Associate Vice President Alex Rowe on the 25-31 capital planning budget timeline process. It is proposed that the Regent criteria include a community and business partnership component to each of the major projects. System staff is looking into the issue as project documents are in development for the next capital budget cycle due later this fall. Ms. Cindy Trevesa, mispronounced that, gave an update on the recent chilled water pipe break at UW-Madison Engineering Centers that took place in late September. Madam President, that concludes my report. I remove resolutions D1, D2, D3, E, and F.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. The motion's passed. And now to Regent Weatherly for the report of the Education Committee.
Thank you, Regent President Walsh. Yesterday, the Education Committee approved 4 degree programs, heard a host presentation, received updates about direct admissions, and had a discussion on academic program quality. We approved a UW Green Bay Masters of Science in Supply Chain Management, a fully online program that will prepare students for a critical and growing industry, especially in northeastern Wisconsin. And from UW-Madison, 3 elevations to full degrees for a Bachelor of Business Administration in Business, Entrepreneurship, Human Resource Management, and Management. We also approved an appointment to the Oversight and Advisory Committee of the Wisconsin Partnership Program. We then heard a host presentation from UW-River Falls, which highlighted 3 examples of academic programs with innovative characteristics that still honor traditional learning at this university and provide personalized hands-on learning. Provost David Travis presented along with Associate Provost Wes Chaplin, Professors Rebecca Haley, and Katrina Carver. We then discussed updates to direct admissions with Julie Amen and Karina Diaz from the Office of Enrollment and Student Success. Their team is in the first phase in implementing an opt-in, system-wide direct admissions initiative, which is in the process for universities to proactively offer admissions to students based on pre-approved criteria. They are holding focus groups with high school counselors, gathering internal feedback, creating communications, and process maps for students' experience, all with the aim to increase access and simplify the admission process for UW high school students with full implementation goal in the fall of 2024. And if I can underline this for a moment, what that all means, those last two paragraphs, is in July, thousands of Wisconsin high school students will be sent letters saying, we want you at our UW schools rather than you needing to come apply to us, which I think is incredibly compelling. I will also note how incredibly fast this moved, and we need to be both cautious but also proud that this was an idea we discussed 13 months ago, and we are now talking about implementing it yet this summer. Thank you to UW system staff, UW Green Bay for leading this, and UW Regent leadership. Finally, Provost, facilitated by Betsy Morgan, Glenda Lee Rodriguez, and Maria Cuzo, helped us learn more about quality assurance for academic program. The discussion focused on accreditation through the Higher Education Commission and within specific disciplines, and the policies and procedures that guide the review of academic programming at the system and campus level. Regent President, this concludes my report. Therefore, I move adoption by the board. I move for adoption by the board resolution C1 through C6.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. The motion passes. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce Regent Angela. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Oh, Regent Miller. Sorry. Regent Miller to present a report from the Audit Committee, last but not least.
Most important committee.
You bet.
Thank you, Regent President Walsh. The Audit Committee met yesterday morning. Chief Audit Executive Lori Stortz reviewed the progress to date on fiscal year 2024 audit plan. She affirmed that her office is making solid progress on the plan and expects to bring more audit reports to the committee when we meet again in December. Ms. Stortz then provided a high-level summary of the results of audits recently issued by the Office of Internal Audit since we last met in July 2023. This included the biannual purchasing card audit report for the period of December 24th, 2022 through June 23rd, 2023, the Office of Internal Audit report, annual report 2023, and an executive summary of the Shop UW Plus Internal Controls Assessment Audit. Next, the committee heard from Edward Murphy, Associate Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer, and Allison Style, Director of Federal Relations, who addressed cybersecurity and prohibiting the use of certain foreign technologies. This is the TikTok issue. We asked Mr. Murphy and Ms. Style to keep us, the committee, updated. And lastly, Edward Murphy gave an update on the information security program. The committee was engaged with the topic and appreciated the approach taken since the audit report was issued last March. A number of the regents asked detailed questions about various scenarios regarding phishing emails received by system employees as we continue to see employees fall victim to system-generated test phishing emails. We asked Mr. Murphy to return and provide an update to the committee. The Regents thank the participants for their ongoing efforts to support the UW system, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Regent Miller. Now it is my great pleasure to introduce Regent Angela Adams, who is going to lead us through the third annual University Staff Excellence Awards. This is where we recognize outstanding staff members from 3 of our campuses. We honor these individuals for the extraordinary support and opportunities they offer our students. And to lead us, Regent Adams, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Regent President Walsh. It is with great pleasure that we welcome here today our distinguished guests, the recipients of the Regents University Staff Excellence Awards. We also welcome their families, friends, and colleagues who are joining us for this award presentation. Welcome to you all. These awards are part of a special family of awards that we as Regents sponsor. They also include the Regents Diversity Awards, the Regents Teaching Excellence Awards, and the Regents Academic Staff Excellence Awards, which recognize exceptional service. The Regents University Staff Excellence Awards, which we present here this morning, were established through a board directive to formally recognize the dedicated work, vital services, and outstanding initiative and contributions of the UW System's university staff. I would like to thank my fellow regents on the committee who will be helping to present the awards this morning. Regent Ed Minideeds, Regent Kyle Weatherly, and the support from Regent Jennifer Staton. This morning, we are honored to recognize 2 individuals and 1 program that helped to make our UW institution so respected and second to none. Their outstanding work, along with the work of university staff system-wide, strengthens and invigorates not only our UW institutions, but the communities in which they serve. If anyone wants to learn a little more about our award winners, I invite you to check out their profiles on the Board Regents website. Before we present this year's award recipients, I'd like to acknowledge the nominees by reading their names and institutions. In the individual nominee category, Kelly Ernest of UW-La Crosse, Lisa Getch, UW-Oshkosh, Ann Klimisch, UW-Platteville, Jody Peterson, UW-River Falls, Callie Henderson, UW-Stout, and Danya Sheehan-King, UW-Superior. Congratulations on your nomination. The program nominees included UW-Eau Claire's Administrative Professionals Collaborative Group, UW-La Crosse's University Police Services, UW-Madison's Botany Garden and Greenhouse, UW-Oshkosh's University Police Community Service Officer Program, UW-Stephen Point's Police and Security Services, and UW-Whitewater's Trades and Maintenance Team. Again, congratulations. On behalf of our committee, I want to thank all the nominees for taking the time to submit your materials and for the important contributions you all have made. I will now introduce our first award. It is my privilege to present the first 2023 Board of Regents University Staff Excellence Award in the individual category to Dale Lovejoy, who serves UW-Parkside as the superintendent of the heating and chilling plant. Dale started his career as a boiler technician in the U.S. Navy and joined UW-Parkside in 1994. As superintendent, he manages the daily operations of the most critical building on campus and is responsible for the utility distribution that is the basis for a safe and comfortable learning environment. In fact, Dale serves as the main administrator for all UW-Parkside's building automation systems. These systems ensure effective, efficient delivery of services to all campus buildings. Mr. Lovejoy recognizes the need for talent development. As a cross-training exercise, he recently began bringing plant operators from other state facilities to observe and assist university plant operations. He advocates for creating a critical talent pipeline and for plant operators of industrial utility plants across the state. About 7 years ago, Dale served as department interim director while still holding his other full-time job of running the heating and chilling plant. In addition, he generously gave of his time to co-chair the search committee for the new director. If you visit UW-Parkside, be sure to request one of Dale's educational and entertaining tours of the university's heating and chilling plant. The Chief Facilities Officer at UW-Parkside offered these words to describe our honoree, and I quote, "Dale has aided my growth as a professional, and his knowledge and attention to detail has given me tremendous peace of mind in knowing that our campus is in good hands while he is operating the plant," end quote. Mr. Dale Lovejoy's work commitments prevent him from joining us today. The Board of Regents will be sure Mr. Lovejoy receives his award. Let's still give him a round of applause in his absence. Now I invite Regent Kyle Weatherly to present our second award.
Thank you. Our second University Staff Excellence Award for 2023 in the individual category goes to Carrie, Kline, who joined UW-Stevens Point in 2018. As Library Circulation Supervisor, Carrie leads the daily operations of the Circulation Department of the University Library, supervising and scheduling about 25 students and 100 hours of building operations per week. Carrie also assists in promoting the library on the University Library Facebook and Instagram accounts. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Ms. Kline researched safe methods for accessing library materials, which allowed the library to function effectively throughout the pandemic. She advocated for the physical safety and mental health of members of the university community as she worked to initiate a hybrid model of service. She served as a critical bridge between the internal staff operations and ensuring student support remained front and center. During that time, Carrie also provided considerable support to the physical relocation of the university library operations for the multi-year replacement of Albertson Hall. Her work to organize and assess the collection significantly reduced the number of materials needing to be moved to the temporary location. Ms. Kline volunteers to serve on numerous committees and working groups. She co-chairs the library's DEI working group. She is also an active member of the Common Council and the University Staff Council. The Director of Libraries notes of her honoree, because of Carrie's strong mentoring of the students, the library has experienced low student worker turnover. Carrie's positive attitude, humor, and strong work ethic make her an invaluable colleague. It is my honor to present our second 2023 University Staff Excellence Award to Carrie Kline of UW-Stevens Point. Carrie.
Chancellor. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for this recognition and for inviting me here today. I would also like to extend my thanks to the Regents and to the selection committee members for your work and the time and careful consideration you gave to the process. I would also like to extend my congratulations to my fellow nominees and award winners. As the ones who nominated you have no doubt expressed, your work is valued and deserving of acknowledgement and celebration, and it is because you are exceptional. Believe everything they have told you. I would like to extend my sincerest thanks to my own nominators, my colleagues on the UW-SP University Staff Awards Committee, my director, Mindy King, for her belief in my abilities and the trust she places in me, and Darcy Hannon McFarland, who encourages me to dream of the kind of library we want most and how we can build it, and also to Chancellor Gibson. Since joining UW-SP in 2018, I have measured time in major transitions: the integration of our services with our new branch campus libraries, the pandemic, the demolition of our home in Albertson Hall. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but things just keep happening. All of these things required the library services to adjust and stretch to meet the needs of the campus and greater community, and all of them took a team. Throughout 2020 and 2021, the people who kept the doors open and the lights on were our library student workers. My team prioritized providing service and ensuring the safety of their classmates, even as their own educational journeys took completely unprecedented turns. Every bit as much as the books, computers, and librarians, they are the library. Our students were also at the front and center of advocacy for our new building. Once the project was approved, student volunteers from SGA and our Pointer Athletics showed up ready to help, and along with volunteers from University College, moved literal tons of industrial steel shelving so our books would have somewhere to spend the next few years. I would like to give a moment's recognition once again to our director, Mindy. I have always believed that a leader's primary duty is to facilitate the success of their team. Our trust in you has been earned 100 times over. And to our library team, whose devotion to our students and extraordinary efforts on their behalf awe me every single day, and I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. 2 additional library university staff members received Outstanding Work Performance Awards at our campus this year for their contributions to our relocation. Cataloger Melissa Bailey was our move coordinator who organized our resources and planned our relocation, and Sean Shabilsky, our ordering specialist, took on the task of coordinating the movement of library shelving, often disassembling, hauling, and rebuilding the units himself alongside his crew. In library circulation, our primary purpose is to facilitate access to resources for our patrons. Absent physical spaces, such as during the pandemic or our relocation, that purpose does not disappear, it becomes more important than ever. Libraries are dedicated to the belief that everyone deserves access to information and a space to grow and learn. I am proud of the work we were able to accomplish as we adjusted to the challenges. What success I can claim, I can credit, oddly enough, back to the UW and the tools it has given me. I spent the first 18 years of my life deeply embedded in 4-H and continued to participate as a volunteer as an adult. Everything I know about service, community building, and leadership are built on the foundations laid in volunteer events, camps, projects, meetings, and service opportunities. I am lucky that my institution continues to invest in helping me further develop knowledge and skills to help serve our campus and greater community. I used to say that I wanted a job where I didn't need to beat anyone and I didn't need to sell anything. While campuses must by nature compete in many arenas, libraries have the joy of working collectively. We are separate institutions, but delight in sharing. Every opportunity to draw closer, give more, and let others make use of what we have is valued and explored. As a system, we make each other better and stronger the wider we open our doors. Everything I love and everything I believe about the importance of community and connection is expressed in my work. And I am grateful for the opportunities I have had to inflict my love upon you all. Happy Banned Books Week. Thank you.
Carrie. There is a plaque. Here it is. It's there. And we'll just pretend that. Here.
This one.
Okay, this is the one you want.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. Thanks.
Congratulations.
All right, before I present this award, I want to assure everybody that UW-Stout did not bribe me by hosting a 7-course meal for me. It's not true. It didn't happen. Okay, seriously. Our third University Staff Excellence Award for 2023 goes to UW-Stout's University Dining Services. University Dining Services unit in Student Life and Services employs many levels of UW-Stout's university staff. These include managers, chefs, cooks, retail and catering leads, production assistants, food service, and office leads, along with hundreds of student employees. As one of 5 self-operated dining services in the UW system, the unit retains revenue on campus and closely aligns dining services with university initiatives and student experience. University dining is responsible for several long-standing traditions that create a sense of community and belonging at UW-Stout. The annual Great Stout Cookout welcomes students to campus and has been recognized nationally as an exemplary program. In addition, Oktoberfest and the Holiday Buffet bring faculty, staff, retirees, and community members together to celebrate the respective seasons with traditional foods and cultural entertainment. The handing out of exam bags, which are donated and put together by University Dining Services with healthy snacks and notes of encouragement, are distributed by administrators to students at the start of final exams. The University Dining Services team is well known in the greater Menominee community, not only for excellent cuisine, but also for exemplary service, catering a wide range of events up to 900 people. Past national awards and accolades include the National Association of College and University Food Service Silver Award for a special meal, and the Gold Award for a catering online menu. In nominating materials, Chancellor Frank describes the impact of university dining services this way, quote, This is a staff who truly cares about the well-being of our students, thinks creatively about how to best foster a positive institutional culture, and consistently goes above and beyond to help students and the university succeed, unquote. It is with great pleasure that I present the 2023 University Staff Excellence Award to UW-Stout's University Dining Services, represented today by Justin Cron, Director of Dining. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I don't know where to begin now. That was quite the intro. First off, I'd like to thank the Board of Regents for the award and the recognition of our university staff dining service team. The staff in university dining are dedicated individuals who work hard to serve the students, the campus community, and regional area. Day in and day out, our university staff does their best in meeting the needs for the total student experience. Our staff takes time to get to know the students and to know the campus and community resources so we can appropriately refer students to where they can best get their needs met. We find ways to innovate and collaborate with many partners across campus. Our team embeds themselves in the campus experience so they can promote and contribute to the success of our students. We look to make every student who works in our operations successful and every student who engages with our operations more than satisfied with their dining experience. I appreciate our university staff that work alongside our entire dining team to make those experiences happen. I'm grateful to accept this award on behalf of our amazing team, the entire university dining team, and especially our university staff are proud of the work we do at UW-Stout and are grateful to have received this recognition for the efforts. Thank you.
So again, congratulations to the nominees, to the winners, and thanks to our Regent Committee. I want to say a couple things about this particular award and this group of employees. This particular award exists because our student regent at the time, Olivia Woodmansee, noticed that we were giving awards to each of the other employee groups, but not university staff. She pointed out a great wrong that we have righted now for 3 years, because we are very proud to have you folks as part of the University of Wisconsin system team. These folks not only really build a sense of community at our campuses, and I think you heard that from each of the nominations and the winners. They're also active participants in shared governance, and shared governance is what really makes our universities click. So thank you all for your hard work for our institutions and for your participation in shared governance. All right, now I would like to thank Chancellor Gallo again and her team for their hospitality during our time here and the wonderful food as well, except you ran out of the candied bacon yesterday. I would really like the recipe for that. I will now call on Regent Evan Brenkus to read the board's resolution of appreciation to UW River Falls for hosting the October 2023 meeting.
All right, thank you. I'll just jump right in. Whereas the members of the Board of Regents are pleased to recognize the University of Wisconsin River Falls as the official host campus for the board's October 2023 meeting, and the board is grateful for the generous hospitality extended by Chancellor Maria Gallo and the entire Falcon community. And whereas the board appreciated hearing the Chancellor Gallo's presentation, University of the Future, Higher Education's Role Addressing Grand Challenges for the Greater Good, and applauds UW-River Falls for offering accessible higher education and economic development of one of the fastest growing regions in Wisconsin. Whereas the Business and Finance Committee thanks Dave Ruland, Vice Chancellor of Finance and Administration, for his update on how UW-River Falls is increasing financial stability and expanding opportunities to build a stable, thriving university. And whereas the Capital Planning and Budget Committee heard more about how UW-River Falls is creating a science hub on the west end of campus using strategic integrated capital planning to support modern, interdisciplinary learning in STEM and agricultural science fields. And whereas the Education Committee heard a panel discussion highlighting examples of academic innovation of traditional campus and how these programs contribute to enhance student retention. And whereas the board was honored to present the UW System Regent Business Partnership Awards to Winfield United, nominated by UW-River Falls to recognize their positive mutual impact on education and the needs of the workforce and community. And whereas the board appreciated the opportunity to visit Wheatrick Family Grassland Dairy Center of Excellence in Agricultural Science Building, be it therefore resolved that the Board of Regents hereby thanks UW-River Falls for its informative presentations, soaring spirit, and many continued contributions to the UW system and to the state of Wisconsin.
Thank you, Regent Brenkus. Finally, do regents have any communications, petitions, or memorials to share? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second? Thank you. See you in Madison in November. Gavel in, gavel out.
Karen, great work. 10 out of 10.